Good morning everybody, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. And this morning I come to you from my usual haunt, Circular Quay. I'm over here just in front of the Museum of Contemporary Art, and I'll just head down here to the jetties, and we'll do a walk and talk style of vlog this morning. Thank you once again to everybody for sticking with me and joining me on this journey of discovery and self-support, self-development. It's low tide today. Interesting. Check out the Opera House silhouetted against the golden horizon. It's quiet. It's the beginning of another day. And what I'd love to do today is take you through a book summary that I've just read, a really interesting one, and hopefully it'll have some material in there that'll help all of us along our merry way. Because over the years I've read many books, many books, and all I really want to do is to get just one message out of the book that will help me join the dots and learn just one thing new. If you can learn 2 or 3 things new, then that's an absolute bonus. But as I say, my goal over the years was just to underline one sentence and say, aha, I get it. That was worth it. So the book that I've chosen to deliver this morning is written by the author Sarah Knight. Sarah Knight, I haven't heard of her before, but Sarah Knight has written a book with a very catchy title, and it's entitled Getting Your Shit Together. So a very catchy title, and one that certainly caught my attention when I saw it. And in her book she makes a very bold entry, a bold statement in the beginning. And she said that the reason why many people don't have their stuff together, aren't organised, is sadly because they don't really know where to start. There are so many parts, there are so many areas of their life that are slightly out of control, that they get overwhelmed and they think that it will be impossible to get things sorted out because they just don't know where to start. So we're down here on the International Passenger Terminal. The harbour bridge is up there. We've got another gentle westerly coming through. It was really powerful over the past couple of days, but it's settled down now, which is nice. It's not as cold as what it was over the past couple of days. So I'll just continue walking up here and chatting. So Sarah in her book talks about a number of areas or a number of things that you can do to get your stuff together, to get organised. And we'll focus on a couple of them over this blog. And the one that was interesting was that the reason why people are overwhelmed is because they're living their lives with other people's measurements. They're comparing themselves to other people and to other people's standards, which Sarah suggests is not healthy and not the right way to go about it. So her recommendation is to ditch everybody else's standards and measurements and come up with your own, and basically compare yourself to yourself on a daily basis, and don't bother comparing yourself to the masses. So easier said than done. A lot of us are in families, are in relationships, are in work environments where we have other people, other bullies trying to call the shots all the time. But we need to come up with a strategy and some techniques to be able to just work around them, because you won't be able to work through them and you won't be able to push them away because of their personality types. So it's best to avoid confrontation with these meatheads, and as I said before, just work around them, agree to what they say, and just do your own thing, and hopefully slowly they'll get the message. So a few people walking today, which is nice. We've got a ferry out here waiting to come into Circular Quay. So another thing that Sarah highlights and talks about in her wonderful book, Getting Your Shit Together, is that it's important for us to take control and take full responsibility for our futures, and to break things down into bite-sized chunks. So she's identified a number of areas, and the other observation that she has is that usually the people who can't get their stuff together, who are unorganised, need some help with time management. So her recommendation is for people to pick up a book on time management and just learn the techniques of time management. But time management is really simple. All you do is document what you do and how often you do it. So it's the first step to time management is understanding where you spend your bloody time. A lot of us have no idea where we're spending our time, and a lot of time is wasted. It's wasted on the couch, is wasted in front of the television, is wasted with a cigarette in our mouth, and is wasted worrying about stuff that we don't really need to worry about. So that's a really good exercise to do, is to have a journal or have a notepad and just observe yourself for a day or two or a week and write down what you do, when you're doing it, and then once you've done that, then you can assess whether or not what you do and when you're doing it is worth your while, and then you can adjust and calibrate your activities so that you focus on the stuff which is really important to you and the stuff that delivers the best outcomes. There you go, mate.
How are you?
So in the book Getting Your Shit Together by Sarah Knight, the other thing she talks about is the importance of being confident and living a confident life, because through confidence people back off. She's basically suggesting that if you're not confident, if you appear weak, that's what brings out the bully in other people. That's what brings out the mother hen in people who want to mother you and tell you what to do and be your older sibling. So take confidence, be bold, be confident, because through boldness and confidence you give the message, the clear message to people to step back and mind their own business. So Sarah then goes on to talk about in her book to break your life up into the key areas, relationships, your physical, your weight, your health, your fitness, your intellectual, emotional, and all those different areas. And in each of those areas, to generate some goals, and then break it down into little bits and just do a little bit at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by trying to do everything at once. Identify one or two things that you can do on a daily basis, and then just do them. Do them to the best of your ability. And as we said before, don't kill yourself trying to do it and get it right all at once. Just do it step by step. We've got the Scarborough ferry heading off. How beautiful is that? Look at that opera house. Isn't that opera house beautiful? I love this perspective. I love this angle. Why has it taken me 60 years to identify this time of the morning down at this location? It's just glorious for photography. Anyway, let's finish up with a positive affirmation. I'll head back. I'm alive, I'm well, and I feel absolutely great. To all my friends and family, stay well, stay connected, stay relevant. It's important to stay relevant. Stay connected to your friends. It's important to have good relationships and strong relationships with a few people. You don't need to have 1,000 friends, because remember, the friend to many is the friend to none. Remember that. Don't be too keen to have too many friends, because you won't be anybody's friend, and you won't have any friends. So let's take advice from Sarah Knight from her book, Getting Your Shit Together, and let's break our life down into bite-sized chunks, focusing on all the different areas of our lives and just doing things to improve ourselves compared to ourselves. We don't want to compare ourselves to everybody else, because we're not everybody else. We're ourselves, and we've got a responsibility and an accountability to being the best version that we can be of ourselves. That's all we can control, that's all we can manage, and that's all we can do. So thank you very much to all my friends and family. Until tomorrow, 5 a.m, I look forward to chatting to you again on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Γεια σας, να είσαστε καλά και κοίτα μια όμορφη ημέρα που έχουμε εδώ πέρα που ξημερώνει στο Σίδνεϊ της Αυστραλίας. Εύχομαι μια ημέρα να είμαστε όλοι μαζί για να σας βγάλω βόλτα και να γυρίζουμε και να σας δείξω τις ομορφιές της πόλης αυτής. Take care everybody, I love you, and we'll chat again.